Hey fifth graders, we're still in chapter 4. We're going to go on to lesson 5 on page 277. Today we're talking, the title is divide greater numbers, okay? So we're still in the division world. All right, let's read example number 1. A large city has a total of 22,500 students that ride a bus to school. There are 75 different schools within the city. How many students are dropped off at each school if an equal number of students are dropped off at each school? Let S represent the number of students dropped off at each school. Write an equation to find the value of S. All right, so let's put what we know. We know 22,500 students and there are 75 schools. Okay, so let's go on to step 1. We are going to place the first digit. So 225. So I'm just going to pretend these zeros aren't there. Okay. And I'm just going to look at the number 225. Okay. So 225 divided by 75. Okay. And I kind of like thinking about 75s as like money, you know, like in terms of quarters, like I have 75 cents. Okay, so let's do that. Let's fill that out. So write 3 in the quotient over the hundreds place. Okay, so we're gonna write 3 right here. So 3 times 75 equals 225. Okay, now we're going to multiply 75 by 3. That's what we just did. 2 equals 225. Now we're going to subtract. 225 minus 225 is 0. Oh, how nice of them for giving us an easy number. We're going to bring our 0 down and compare. 0 is less than 75. Okay, so it's 0 all the way down. 0, 75 times 0 is 0. 0, bring the 0 down. Goes in 0 times. 0 times 75 is 0. 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. Awesome. Okay, and here's the step of what we just did. 3 and 4, right? We just kept doing our same process, multiply, subtract. All right? So, let's compare. So 22,500 divided by 75 equals 300. Do you hear my little helper over here? Since S equals 300 students are dropped off at school. Okay? All right, let's go on to example 2. We're going to estimate the quotient of 4,534 and 152. Then divide. Is 36 a reasonable quotient? Explain. All right, so here's how we can do an estimation. Okay, so 46,534 becomes 45,000 and 152 becomes 150. I'm going to use my base fact of 15 and 45. I know 15 goes into 45 3 times. Okay, it goes in 3 times. Okay, and I'm going to cross out some zeros. I'm going to cross out this 0 and I'm going to cross out this 0 and I'm going to see how many are left. 1, 2, 1, 2. Awesome. So 300 is our estimate. All right, step 1. Let's go on and see if our actual is anywhere around that. All right. So we're going to place the first digit. We're going to look at 465. So we're going to ignore these numbers for now. And we're going to divide by 152. Oh, they're so nice. They're giving us the number. So we're going to write 3 in the quotient over the hundreds place. So we're going to write 3 over here. Okay? So go ahead and make yours look like mine. Going on to step 2. Now we're going to multiply. 152 times 3 equals 456. How nice. They did the math for us. Now the next step is to subtract. 465 minus 456 equals 9. So fill that in the next box. Now we're going to bring down 3. Okay. All right. So now, does 152 go into 93? Oh, man, let's go on to step 3. Maybe I'm getting ahead of ourselves. Okay, now we're going to divide the tens. 93 is not divisible by 152. So put a 0 in the quotient over the tens place. All right? So what this is saying is 152 does not go into 93. Okay? So I'm going to put a 0 here. It goes in 0 times. 0 times 152 is 0. Okay? And 93 minus 0 is 93. And I'm going to bring down my 4. Okay? So let's go on to step 4. Now we're going to divide the ones. 934 divided by 152 is about 6. So I'm going to put the 6 there. And now I'm going to multiply. 6 times 152, right here, equals 912. How nice that they gave us the numbers. Again, we are illustrating the steps here. I think that's why they're giving us the numbers. So now we're going to subtract 934 minus 912 equals 22. So that's my remainder. Okay, so now we're going to do our check. Since the estimate is 300 and the actual quotient is 306, remainder 22, a quotient of 36 is not reasonable. That's way off, okay? All right, boys and girls, you're going to go on to do guided practice. You're going to find the missing digit in number 1. You're going to do all of page 279, all of the independent practice problems here, and turn the page and do to number 16. You do not need to do the hot problems or the my homework. All right, let your teacher know if you have any questions at all. I know long division can be a bit tricky and intimidating, but please persevere through this. Do the best you can. Don't give up. And just really keep your numbers nice and straight. And really remember that the estimate is there to help you learn a basis for how this big number can get into this other big number. All right? Don't give up. I know you guys will do great.